Hi children, today we are going to learn a new lesson, that is degrees of comparison. In this, adjectives of quality are used for making these degrees of comparison, which is positive, comparative and superlative. I have brought you some adjectives here in which we are going to form comparative degree and superlative degree with that. Okay, now to form comparative and superlative with these adjectives that I have written in the positive degree, what we have to do? Okay, when we have to add er and est, and when we have to add more and most, when we have to add, when there is one or two syllable, okay, when there are 1 to 2 syllables in an adjective, we have to add er and est, okay. And when there are more than two syllables means you will add more and most, more to comparative and most to superlative. Okay, now how will you see that how many syllables in this adjective it is there? In this adjective, how many syllables are there? How will you identify that? So what you do, keep your hand, okay, under your chin and just you read that. Okay, bright means you read that. If how many times your chin drops, that many syllables that adjective has. Okay, for example, bright. Keep your hand below your chin and say bright. How many times your chin drops here? Only one time, is it not? Similar, so we will add er and est to this. Now, for example, here difficult is there. Keep your hand below your chin and say difficult. How many times your chin drops? Let us find out. Difficult, difficult. So 3 times it drops. Okay, 3 times your chin drops. So 3 syllables. So when more than 2 syllables means you have to add more and most. Is it not? So shall we start now forming the comparative and superlative degrees? Okay, so now bright is there. So this is 1 syllable, we will add er. Okay, bright, brighter. And here superlative, brightest, brightest. Okay, now here cold, how many syllable? Only 1 syllable. So er, colder. Okay, and then here coldest. Okay, then happy, happy, happy. 1 syllable or 2 syllable? 1 syllable, happy. So how you will write? Happier. You will not write yer. That y will change into ier, happier. Okay, and then here it will change into happiest. Okay, now heavy. Heavy, how many syllable? Heavy. 1 syllable. So heavier, and here heaviest. Okay, and then difficult, more than 2 syllables. So what you will add? More difficult, more difficult in comparative degree. Okay, and here in superlative you will add most difficult. Okay, similarly for beautiful, how many syllables? Beautiful, 3 syllables. Yeah, so more than 2, so you will use here more beautiful, more beautiful, and there most beautiful. Okay, now these are regular comparisons. Now we are going to learn irregular comparisons using this. Okay, irregular comparisons we are going to learn. Let me write it down for you. Yeah, now I have just written this irregular comparisons. Now see here, for well and good, for both these words, for comparative form you will use better. Okay, you will write better. Good positive degree and comparative degree, it will change into better. Similarly, when well comes also, you have to change it, use this better only for comparative. Okay, and superlative we will use best. Okay, then for ill and bad both. Okay, so comparative degree is worse. Okay, worse. And for superlative we will use worst. Then little. Little we will use less. Less also you can use. Lesser also you can use. Okay. Less or lesser. And here in superlative it will change into least. And similarly much. In comparative degree it will change into more. And in superlative change into most. Similarly, many also will change into more in superlative, and in comparative, and in superlative it will change into most. And for far, comparative degree, farther. Okay, and in superlative it will change into farthest. Okay. Now we have formed the degrees of comparison using these adjectives. Okay, now we are going to learn through the sentences how to change. We are going to interchange a sentence into comparative and superlative. Okay, or sometimes the sentence will be in superlative degree and you have to change it into using comparative and positive, both. Okay, let us see some sentences. So let me explain what do you mean by superlative degree, comparative degree and positive degree. Superlative degree means what? The superlative degree of an adjective is used when more than two persons or when more than two things are compared. Superlative degree. Okay? And comparative degree of an adjective is used when two things are compared. Comparative degree. And positive degree is used, the positive degree of an adjective is used when no comparison is intended. Only this is the definition of this degrees. Okay, so what is the meaning, what do you mean by positive degree? Tell me, positive degree, what is the meaning of positive degree? It is a degree when no comparison is intended. Okay, comparative degree, that when there is a comparison between two, and superlative degree means more than two comparison. Okay, comparison between more than two, that is called superlative. Now we are going to learn now what from through the sentences, what changes do we make when we change any sentence into comparative degree. See now, Asif is the tallest boy in the class. So you can see here, Asif, of all the boys, okay, of all the boys in his class, only Asif is the tallest boy. So that is why superlative degree, we say that this is the superlative degree. He is the tallest boy. So this the, okay, you have to notice the will be there, the article, and then this est, tallest, and then this boy. Okay, he is the tallest boy in the class. Now when you compare this into using comparative degree, okay, when you change the sentence into comparative degree, what changes you have to make here? So this the is omitted here, is it not? So Asif is taller, you will make. Whenever taller comparative degree you use it, okay, that taller is followed by this than. After than, you have to write any other boy. Okay, so this you have to concentrate. So taller than any other boy in the class. This you have to make sure whether you are writing this taller than any other or not. Okay, and now in the positive, how you will start the sentence? No other boy. Okay, no other boy, singular. You should be very careful here. No other boy only you will write. So no other boy in the class. Okay, in the class, after is you have to, why? Because it is in the present tense, so we are using is here. Okay, and after is Before the adjective you will use as, then after the adjectives also you will use as. So as tall as, then you will use as if. Okay, as tall as if. So this is one pattern. There are three patterns in this. Okay, we have seen this one pattern now. Now let us see the second pattern now of this. Now listen here. Here the sentence is different. See, Asif is one of the tallest boys in the class. So what does this sentence mean? What does this pattern mean is, in this pattern, there are many tallest boys in the class. Okay, there are many tallest boys. Many means 5 or 6 tallest boys in the class. Among those 5 or 6 tallest boys, this boy is one among them. This Asif is also one among them. So whenever what mistake we use, whenever we use one, we use the noun in singular form we will use. Is it not? That's wrong. Okay. Among those tallest boys, he is one. So this noun will be in plural form. Okay. Whenever you use one of the noun will change into plural. It will not be in the singular form. Okay. So Asif is one of the tallest boys in the class. So whenever you use one of the, what will come? This noun will be in plural form. You should not forget. Now when you change this into comparative degree, okay, as if is, okay, this one of the you will remove, you will write taller, okay, than, okay, taller than most other boys, or you can write many other boys, okay. Most also you can write, many also you can write. Any one you choose it, okay. Both are correct, okay. But you have to use any one only. Taller than, most other, or many other boys, okay, in the class. So in this, what difference you can see in the first pattern and second pattern? In first pattern it was than any other. Boy only was there. Here we are using most or many, okay, and then the boys we are using. That is the difference, okay. Now similarly in the positive degree, how we are going to start? In the first pattern we started using no other boy. Okay, now in this there are plural. The boys are in plural form. Is it not? So we are going to use very few. Okay, we will use what? We will begin the sentence using very few boys. So don't forget, very few boys you will start. Why you are using very few boys? Because the boys is in the plural form and they have used one of the in this superlative degree. That is why we change in the, while changing that into positive degree, we will begin the sentence using very few boys. So very few boys in the class. Okay, here it is plural. Can you use is verb here? No, you should use are here. Okay, so are, as, okay, are, then as, what is this? Tall, tall, as, okay, as if. Very few boys in the class are as tall as if. So this is the second pattern. Okay, this is the second pattern. That was the first and this is the second pattern. Next we are going to learn the third pattern. Okay. Now listen, in this third pattern we don't have any superlative degree. Okay, why we don't have superlative degree? Can you see this, see the sentence here? Can you notice in this sentence what difference we can see? What contrast we can see in the first pattern and second pattern? In the first pattern we saw that Asif is taller than any other boy in the class. Okay, only about, it was talking about only one boy. Okay, one boy name was there. And in the second type we saw that same only, Asif is taller than most other boys in the class. And when you see here this third pattern, here they have used two subjects. You can see Rose also, Rose is there, and Lily. two subjects you can see. Okay. So there is a comparison between these two, Rose and Lily. Okay. So you should not forget, whenever two comparisons, whenever two subjects are given, you should not forget that there is no superlative in this degree, in this, for this type, for this pattern, there is no superlative at all. Okay. Now when this, okay, now when we change this into positive degree, okay, this is in comparative degree, this has to be changed using positive degree. Now when you change this into positive, what you will do, this Lily you will bring first, okay, and you will use not in that sentence, in this sentence. Now how you will write? Lily you will write, okay, Lily. Then what you will do? Lily is not, Lily is not as, you will write, okay, or you can write so beautiful also, okay, so beautiful also you can write, as beautiful also you can write. Lily is not so beautiful as, okay, this rose. So you can see here in this, the last subject you are bringing it into first, and then you are writing, you are adding not to that, and instead of this more, in the positive degree we should not use any more and all, and than also you should not use, is it not? So you are using here not, then so, then plus adjective, then as, then this rose, okay. So Lily is not so beautiful as Rose, okay. Now let us see some more examples using 1, 2, 3 patterns. All the three patterns we are going to see. Okay. Now listen. Here I have written the sentence, Jupiter is the biggest planet. So Jupiter is the biggest planet. So this noun is in singular only. Which type it is? First type. Okay. So here what they have asked question, what you have to use in this, use bigger in this sentence. So you have to use this sentence, okay, change the sentence using bigger. So this biggest will change into bigger. So when you change the biggest into bigger, so what degree it is? Comparative degree. So for this first type, you have to change this into comparative. So how you will change? So how you will change? Jupiter, okay, is bigger, okay. You're using bigger. Then what you had to use? Then many other planets or than any other planet? Tell me. Because here it is singular, you will use any other. Okay. Than any other planet. Please learn the rules what I have given. Okay. Now here see the second one. Akbar was one of the most successful Mughal emperors. Akbar was one of the most successful Mughal emperors. So here you can see one of the they have used, and here the noun is in plural form. So which pattern? This is first pattern or second pattern? Which pattern? Second pattern, is it not? Yeah, this is second pattern. Now what they have asked you, use only successful. So, in the comparative degree only successful will come? No. More successful will be there. Is it not? So, successful, in which degree it will come? Positive degree. So, how you will start for this sentence in the second pattern? How you will start this positive degree? Using very few. Okay, should not forget. Why we are using very few? Because one of the is there and then the noun is in plural form. That is why we start the sentence using very few. So now we will use very few emperors. Okay, very few emperors. Now listen, the sentence is in past tense. Was one of the. When it is in past tense, here also what you have to use? You will use where you will use. Okay, because it is in plural form, you will use here where. So very few emperors were as successful as Akbar. Okay. Very few emperors were as successful as Akbar. Now let us see the third type, the third pattern, one sentence. So now you see here, this is the third pattern. Why we call this as third pattern? Because in this third pattern we have two subjects, two comparison. Is it not? The comparison between two persons, Asif and Akil. And therefore, in this pattern we don't have to use any superlative degree. We don't have any superlative degree. Now they have asked the question, use not in this sentence. When you use not in the sentence, you have to begin the second subject first. Okay, Akil you will bring first. So Akil is not, not, what will come? So, not so, then this main adjective you have to bring. Not so talented. Yeah, then as this Asif. Okay, as Asif. As Asif. Okay. Your responsibility is to learn the three patterns, okay, and memorize it and practice it. I'll give you some more sentences, okay, as an homework. I'll give you. You please try to practice, okay, using that. Thank you. That's all, children, for today. Let us see in the next lesson.